Welcome back to my lovely IHP community, and those of you who instead are new, welcome to the IHP community, where you get to hear from a 5D mystic, mindful, and spiritual self-help, perspective, empowered person, and so on and so forth. So what we do here is voices, stories, perspectives for the people who like to do thoughts and emotions, and we don't talk about them as laundry. As we move throughout our years, we talk about them as experiences. And that's because mindfully living is with mindful listening to yourself, and that's with the restorative, embodied, self-aware, accountable, and regulating person. So your whole self. You don't need to reclaim any disowned parts. You already have them. Okay, so earned secure attachment or secure attachment. 1-year-old, 3-year-old, differentiated selves. And that's where we are 5D. And that's the Christ consciousness, oneness consciousness, avatar consciousness. It's an integrated brain. So it's easy for you to master and become more of the mental, emotional, and physical intelligence that infinite higher human consciousness potential experiencing people can do. So with that, when you speak your truth with intimacy, you will know how to be a true partner in life. When you meet empowered individuals, men and women alike, you're going to know about this. So we're going to do some stories, and that's going to begin with the teenage version of me, even though I wasn't as equanimous, meaning as empowered with equanimity. I still knew about having no ill will because of being raised with Jesus and God, and so keeping an open heart and also working through those things called ruptures and splinters. So when you have disagreements with partners, okay? And the part about what at my time was not discussed was the opportunity to be polyamory. Instead, today we have that, and luckily. So the polyamorous community, if you're not aware, there's a number of different types of dynamics that take place, but that asexual, gray asexual, and some are instead polygamous and some are not at all. So just keep those things in mind. You can ask people when they're open-minded, then you will have a good conversation. When they're not, then it gets fun. As you meet different types of people throughout your life, you just learn how to have fun with the ones who don't have any idea about the possibility. And then there are some who they'll say, I could never love more than one person. And I totally understand that. When I had one twin flame, I remember thinking the same thing of there's no way I'm going to love another person the same way. But it wasn't about the love as much as it is about the bond. And then I got 2 twin flames and then 3. And by then I'm like, okay, I'm now a 3, not a threesome, no. But I definitely moved into that triangle. Although there's no need for a triangle because the solo poly, we do relationship, non-hierarchy and anarchy. So they don't get titles. We use names. My name's Maria. What's your name? Okay, so this is the part about partnerships in life. We talk. And we explain and we expand and we empower each other and we have fun and we laugh. And we laugh a lot. Oh, I love it. So when you can speak who you are, even without the words, again, going back to teenage years, this was not what I was doing because I didn't have any of my clairs and I didn't have twin flames or soulmates. And that's something that I would go back and say, hey, guess what, Maria? You're going to be... yeah, don't worry, it'll get fun. And I'll be like, yeah, sure, I don't believe you. No, I don't know. I wonder what I would believe myself, actually. I'd be like, okay, so should I do anything about this right now? No, you keep doing you. Just now that you know what to expect. And actually, here's the funny bit about, as I was telling you with the twin flames, divine feminines, we know, so we will know about the lives that we will have spent with them. And I know about all 3 of them, and then with soulmates too. So it's really fun. And then it's fun to be able and laugh about it. And that's because, when you have mystic friends, you laugh together and have fun. And then we remind each other, wow, guess what an amazing lifetime this one is compared to those ones. And that's the even more fun part. So true partners are only partners for real if they know how to be their self. Otherwise, you're not even a true person yet because you're not the whole self of you. Nothing but So help me. Yeah. Okay. So teenage years, this is where for me it was straightforward. I didn't change who Maria was, and nor did the teenage boyfriend, which is why eventually we went and parted our separate ways. Well, he decided that we should part. And after a month, I was very happy that we parted. And that's when I found out grown-ups are liars, because they said the first love is going to be your biggest and most important love. And no, my twin flame, number one, then number two, and then number three. And then I got all three of them and remembered, oh wait, it's not about the love business, it's the bond business. So what this means is love is a constant and it maintains itself because that's our oxytocin gene hormone. So like with the teenage boyfriend and twin flames, those are consistencies. So you don't love people less or more when you are a person who knows how to speak with yourself with intimacy, because this is the healthy self-worth business of what a secure attachment, 1-year-old, 3-year-old, and 16-year-old, meaning my child parts, no charge. Okay, so when you're your own safe haven, secure base, that's also why you know how to always speak. And you don't have a challenge speaking, even when you're afraid, let's say somebody's not going to welcome you. So whenever I have had the business of saying, okay, I have special bonds, I am polyamory, so how do we want to handle this? You know that that's not something that we have a bountiful people, right? Because we live in a mono-normative world. And there are those who think that us polyamory women or men will spread cuties or kudos or whatnot. So you'll have people who deflect and have this shame stuff going on when you talk to them about polyamory, because they feel that it's something to be ashamed of because they're living their life with parameters that say you can only love one. If you love more than one, that's a bad thing. And that's a reactivity that a person can have. When I've met it, I have not pointed it out. I've simply spoken about, relationships, partnerships. They're about love, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. So I say, I was just trying, because sometimes conversations happen with men and women where they are expressing that in their couple, they are unsatisfied. And as a polyamory person, I say, well, have you ever thought of opening up a relationship? It's something that people can talk about. And that's what I was saying. When you get a reactivity, it is because sometimes people will think you're trying to entice them to live something different. And that's where I like to say, that's not what I'm doing. What I'm saying is, though, you and them. And so it depends on the circumstance. But if you're life partners, and you have promised till death this part, sickness and in health, there's ways for you to work with the relationship. So any monoamorous and monogamous couple that wants to criticize the whole cheating business has options. 1, 2, there's great, like Dr. Daniel Fox videos on how to ensure you don't have a relationship, you spiral down and move into this business of being interested in others. It's a seven things to look for and to tend to in a relationship, so that you can make sure not to lose that pizzazz. Okay, so people who care about that, they will do it. The ones who are stingy, they won't do any of it. So I've met others who are open to hearing, and their partners are not at all, but the partners are also not at all interested in supporting the emotional component or the physical that is lacking. And so again, we all have opportunities to choose how to be a true partner in life, and then how to come to terms with speaking the truth of you with intimacy, so with yourself and with another, and then to come to that conclusion. Doesn't have to create any kind of fighting or insulting, which is where we will have healthy self-worth people. Healthy self-worth people, they know how to regulate, so they know how to bring to the relationship and to each other that which is genuine conversations as we interact together. And the fun bit for me is, as I got from teenage years to young adult to then twin flames to then soulmates, it's been getting easier and easier by the day. And with all the attachment trauma information, that completely allows me to explain to you how mindfully being self-aware, accountable, and regulating benefits, but also that even when you are unsure of how the other person will be, you still have that equanimity. So equanimous is possible because you're embodying being yourself with integrity. and you're regulating when you are engaging with others who are not regulating. And that's the part of where when someone's in a Cusco nervous system, I'm not regulating to them, I'm regulating to Maria. And that's because I'm aware that I, until 2 seconds prior, was not in that embodiment. But also because I'm aware of myself, so I can notice if I'm getting, like when I get passionate on here, I will notice it, but you might not. But I'll notice that I might be having a different energetic vibe and stuff. So this is something that is also true with our partners. Okay, so for example, I look to the past and can totally see where I have brought in my emotion into reading something. Because then when you put it to the side and you come back to read it again, the emotion is not there. But I can also know that sometimes what I'm picking up is the other person and not me. And obviously, because it's not a done deal though, meaning I won't make it a blanket statement, I will allow myself to stay differentiated, me, Maria, you, and for me to simply put trust, so expand the conversation and to calibrate the energy that is being shared between us. And it's fun. That's that physical mastery that we talk about. And that comes up for those of us who are self-aware, accountable, and regulating. And so with that, when you speak your truth, true partner, what else was I going to tell you? I don't remember if there's more stories, but what I did want to say that it's really fun to be able and have these types of relationships, because when people are intimate with their self, then they're always going to be genuine and intimate with you. When people are not intimate with themselves, you learn how to handle yourself so that they can continue to just communicate in a safe haven, secure-based space. And that is the part of where they won't be necessarily that romantic life partner that's walking with you, because obviously that is where you're going to want someone next to you who can bring forth the same style of life and relationships that you are, intellectually and emotionally. So a healthy self-worth person is going to engage with mentally, emotionally, and physically intelligent and expanding piece of consciousness, the ones who have compassion and 5D and love and all of that, which we talk about here in the forefront, because we're vibing above that neutrality belt, because we are navigating our eustress, not distress, because we're in a restorative embodiment, self-aware, accountable, regulating body. So you're going to continue becoming more of the consciousness you are, not less. So you're not gonna have less passion or less emotion. No, it's gonna be more, but it's gonna be mature. Okay, so you're gonna have fun, more laughs, no laundry, no narrow state of consciousness business going on. And that's when you get to have fun with when you see them out there, the pretend power couples. Yes, doesn't matter if they're twin flame or not. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because the way that they handle the whole thing. So you're gonna know when you meet enlightenment, expanding, infinite higher human consciousness potential people. They will be in our group mystics, but there can also be the ones who are scientists, but they know that they don't have our experiences, so they get curious and they ask us more. They ask about all of it. So they come together to enjoy, not like the ones who are using AI to want to disprove reality, or the ones who are saying the moon isn't real, or, so not that way. No, we do it differently. We say, hey, guess what? Did you know that there's spirituality people who want to prove spirituality? Like the physical earth stuff, and they don't know about the scientists who are disproving or want to disprove reality. So we have fun staying grounded. And that's way different than, did you know there's flat earthers? Yeah, that one they all need. Did you know that they're talking about the moon not existing? What do you think about that? Do you think they should go back to school? And what are we going to do? That's how we have fun. So life partners, we come together, and that's because we love having fun together. And when there's romance, well, who says no to romance? That's why that rabbi doesn't know what a feminine is. A feminine always will start something new, because the masculines are, they're slow. I shouldn't say that, but they are, because the mind doesn't want to listen to the heart. And the masculines lead with the mind, as you will have heard with the twin flame bit stuff and twin flames. So it's kind of like, okay, it's going to take them forever to get home to their self. And then it's like, wow, thank goodness, it's the year 2024. We got good therapists out there. So it will take a little bit more time, like I tell some of my other divine feminines, but it's here. We have the empowered ones. Yes. And it's really true, because we love our divine masculines, the smart ones. We love the other ones too, but they end up, fizzling. So that's not life partner material. There's no life. There's no inner child adult. They're stagnating. That caricature comes out more and more and more. And then we have to play nice, because that's when you start to be polite. I got taught, if you can't say something nice, say nothing. Take a bit of good advice, say nothing. I still learned. I still apply, which is why when I can't speak my truth with others, within myself, I made up a couple words or more as I engage with people. And then I start smiling like I'm doing right now. And I'm just trying to distract my brain from any other stuff as long as I'm around that person, and so that I can leave. And then once I'm gone, I will just say, you know what, there's no need to think about anything. We got out. Yes. So I have a buttload of funny stories, but we're going to stop today with this one. And that is, when you do know the life partner that is yours, and life partners, it's till death does part, sickness and in health, right? All that good stuff. And love is a consistency. However, as any polyamory person will let you know, especially from our solo poly group, there's only so many lovers that we can have. Otherwise, there's what's called polysaturated, which we don't get to, because a healthy self-worth woman, man, or they knows moderation, which is why we will stay grounded in reality. So you can only have so many individuals in your life, especially because 24 hours when you're busy, well, how am I going to use my time? You know what I mean? Like, I don't have that much of it. And so here's why you don't do extremes, and you don't have to worry about it either, though, because when it comes to speaking your truth with intimacy, you'll know how deep love goes. And, well, again, empowered men and women, healthy self-worth. They have an inner child adult. They have all of their child parts in the forefront. They're a grown human being. They do not talk about their emotions as laundry. They do not talk about the politics, religion, the mystics, or anyone as stupid. None of that. None of that. Human sex. No. Okay, I'm trying to make sure you understand. We have only for the human love narrative group, the ones of us who are intimate, the way I'm talking about right now, the 5D mystic and 5D/inner child adult, the ones who have the essential essence, remember? So we have the essential spark, or whatever it's called. So we're passionate. We have no humbug, because even when I'm upset and afraid, I'm like, okay, I just want to hug. And that's it. You get rid of that anxiety, work through it, or you allow the energies to take place, because the ascension energies, we know that sometimes things happen as you get older. Okay, but I'm saying, say like, okay, I'm expanding, more window welcome. So that's one. So that spark stays. Then we have our heart to heart. We're not building pretend. We don't do facades. The ones who do facades, it's okay. They won't text us back. They won't text us, women and men. They won't want to talk to you. Remember, you don't have to lift a finger. I have noticed this way back when, with the ones who didn't choose to be their self in general, not twin flames. I'm talking my oversoul. As I got clairs, I noticed a thing or two. And even before I had clairs, I noticed a thing or two about people who were not committed to becoming their grown-up version. So to know their unconscious, subconscious, like I do, okay? So they play out their 0 to 8-year-old and then the 16-year-old. So those people, they don't want to be their self. They want to be the fake self, which is the teenager self. It's not a fake self. It's their identity. It's the caricature. I'm not, okay? So what I'm saying is they don't want to be around us, because we're going to be breaking all those rigid rules they got. They don't have healthy boundaries. They think it's canceling people and being rigid. So we're okay, because once you break one of their rules, you're out. It's like, oh, I'm out. I'm so sorry. Oh, I forgot. Let me grab a couple of my things. I'll see you later, alligator. So when you meet a rigid person, that's what you're out, and you say, wow, I'm out. Yes, I'm out. And sometimes you're going to be sad about it, but you'll be okay, because you'll be like, okay, it's a good thing that I'm out, because my truth doesn't match their truth. So we don't match. It's okay. It's cool. It's cool. You don't have a broken heart. You see, don't break my heart, Mikey. You don't get an achy heart. You get a, wow, so happy that I'm not with that rigid human being. They don't know fun like the back of their hand. They're so, yeah, so that's how it works. And so you don't have to lift a finger again whenever someone doesn't speak to you anymore. They don't want to have anything to do with you. And that's the amygdala leads the way. So we won't have to worry. Those aren't wanting to be with us for our lifetime. And then I know I was going somewhere else, but long story short, we're going to have a good time here at IHP. Come on over for healthy self-love and self-help and self-empowerment. And I was going to say some other self-awareness, yes, but also self-love. First of all, you will have married yourself. You will know about this marriage stuff. Because you promised that if I plugged your nose, you're going to say, get the fuck away from me, Maria. Till death do me part, sickness and in health, I've committed to that. I got taught healthy self-worth when I was a kid by my mother. Then God taught me how to be humble. Jesus taught me how to forgive. It's very easy to keep it straight. And then when you hear a Zen master talk about laundry, you're like, yeah, he's not the one, that's for sure. So anytime I got a person now that says humbug, they're not the one. When they say, hey, I know how to make you smile. Tell me more. No fighting. Nope, no ropes. Nope. I was saying smile. Did you change your mind? Okay, yeah, you know what? Never mind. I need to go. So thanks for your whatever that was. I'm going. Ciao. So smiles. Inner child adults, they only want smiles and hugs, and we do not like any fear-mongering tactics. We will officially know you're out the minute that you get into any of that business of the gender stereotypes. Yeah, you know when the men do the whole women are too chaotic? Yeah, let's have fun for a minute. So if there's one of those lovely pet peeves, it's gender stereotypes. I still have a lot to say about it, but I'm not going to. But whenever it has come to my attention that someone wants to tell me that I'm too much, that I'm too emotional, that I'm making a big deal, yeah, it's always been a good thing that I'm not anywhere near anyone, because I'm proud to say that I've been saved from looking like a buffoon, because that's what I would look like if I got, in that reactive business. So I can say that I've been lucky, because I don't like to look like a buffoon. And so in that case, I'm saved by the universe. You see what I'm saying? Me, Maria, not the other way around. I'm saved from looking like an idiot. And then I also get to laugh about myself, and that's all privately. And I have to thank people that did put up with me, though. I got to learn in a series of events and situations how it works to be able and maintain your pizzazz while also putting up with the silly stereotypes that really drive you insane inside, because you're like, wow, okay, men, please allow yourselves to stop letting those stereotypes be true, because, well, I know there's empowered men out there. So luckily for me, I already know there are those men out there. If you're not one of them, cool. Thanks for stopping by. I mean, really, I don't have much to say except for I know that you can do a lot better with emotions and thoughts and being completely equanimous. And that some men, they play to the crowd and don't appreciate that toxic masculinity is an actual thing that exists, like toxic patriarchy, and they like to twist words around. And I notice who these men are, and then I think, wow, you want to deflect that we have toxic both masculinity, patriarchally, as well as women, whatever they call it, and that we want to address it with the smart therapists, not the ones who are ignoring the good information from updated information people. So when we have those who lack the education and they are highly ignorant on the scale, they don't lack the imagination or the words or the suits. They look fancy in their suits, yes they do, but they will only play to the crowd that wants to hear what they have to say. In the meantime, we will know who we're going to go and engage with, which is the empowered men and women, and those are life partner material. So thank you for stopping by. We'll be back again with more. Have a great day.